But MK party is nothing without Zuma.
I've heard statements along the lines of the Destiny's Child music band is nothing without Beyonce. That is in the entertainment business. I've heard things like Mofi is nothing without DJ Smooth. I've heard statements in politics like the EFF is nothing without Malema. People throw such statements around, and it's normal because we are human beings. And, we follow politics, we follow entertainers, we follow celebrities, we follow business, we follow all of our people that get us to debate. But one thing that makes, now I'm going to talk about my industry and my field, which is entrepreneurship and business. We always talk about the succession plan. Why is it that most black businesses fail when the leader has passed on? Why is it that Ubabu Maponya, what is it that he did differently, that he passed on? It's already been like, 3, 4, 5 years since Ubabu Maponya has passed on, the legend in business in South Africa, may so rest in peace, but his businesses are still standing. What is it that he did right that a lot of other business leaders in our townships, ever since we've been growing up, didn't get to do right? It's because he formed structures, systems and processes in a team. And he built a business that could independently live off of his absence. If you're a smart businessman, that's what you want to do. Same as with political parties, because now you are dealing with people's lives. You are dealing with people's dreams. You are dealing with a constituency that votes for you to put you there to represent them. What are your ideologies? What does your political party stand for? Do you guys have got structures the whole country? Do you guys have got branches? Do you guys have democratic independent leadership in the different branches where people get elected into leadership from branch level, local level, regional level, provincial level, all the way to national level, which is one brilliant thing over the past 100 and something years that the ANC has been able to do. That's why in the past you'll find parties that split from the ANC never get to live long. They never get to last. What happened to COPE? What happened to, I can mention a whole lot of other parties, but you guys get where I'm going, right? But what is it that is going to make MK? What is it that is going to make the EFF? What is it that's going to make BOSA, Action SA, Rise Mzansi, any other political party outlive its leader? It's the principles, the ideologies, what the political party stands for, the team, the structures, the branches, and just you being able to put together something that is going to outlive you. That is the only way in the black community we can be able to preserve and pass on generational wealth, by building businesses that can independently live off of us, right? It's the same thing in politics as well. So when Unobhala SG Mbalula talks about the MK is nothing without Jacob Zuma, do you think he is underestimating the potential of the MK party? How many people thought the EFF would still be alive 10 years later? I mean, I must admit as well, I was one of the people when the EFF first started, because we had been accustomed to political parties that leave the ANC and they don't live long. We never expected EFF. I was one of those people to live this long. I'm extremely inspired by them. I'm impressed by them. And I think the EFF has been one political party, and I think Mr. Julius Malema said it in one of his speeches, that the EFF has shown people that they can build a political party outside of the ANC that can last long. It's actually not one of the first. I think it's the first political party that has had like growth on growth from election to election, well, with the exception of these previous elections, that it's been growing ever since. And it is attributed to a lot of different things. They've been brilliant in pushing superior logic, in having the pillars that the AFF stands for, the leadership, in encouraging education, and also in focusing in the young voter, in the youth. and then also building structures nationally, and also focusing on student politics in different institutions, the whole country. If you look at a lot of our political leaders right now, it's people who participated in student politics when they were still on campus. And that is one of the things that I believe the EFF has gotten right, but by focusing on student politics. Sometimes they lose some by-elections, sometimes they lose some SRC elections, but then last year we saw how they were just sweeping along the whole country in terms of youth leadership. So let's come back to MK and what Unobhala SG Mbalula is saying about MK. Will the MK outlive Ubaba? Ubaba has had an incredible, successful career all of his life. He's been a master strategist. He's a solid politician. He's a staunch, amazing, I think whether you like him or not, but you have to give him the respect that he deserves. He's an incredible politician, especially for somebody that a lot of people say didn't go to school. What an amazing, amazing leader he's been. Will the MK, though, live long, even after he's passed on? He's in his 80s now. In the next less than 20 years, he's going to be 100. And we know human beings live, at least if they're lucky, they live to be around 100. In the next 20 years moving forward, will the MK still be around? What will they do to make sure that the party succeeds in Ubaba's absence? What do you guys think? What are some of your takes? What are some of your ideas or opinions as far as this is concerned? I've made examples about the entertainment business a little bit. I've made examples about black business. And now talking about politics and what Comrade Fikile Mbalula is saying. What do you have to say? I'm going to attach the clip of that interview that she did with Lee Zega, an incredible 1-hour interview. Get a chance, I'll put the link in the description. Go check it out. From Arena Holdings, from Times Live. Awesome interview. What do you guys think? Let's meet in the comment section. Check out the clip and let's converse.
But MK party is nothing without Zuma. With due respect. We went to a by-election. MK party, 14 by-elections in KZN, they got one. Majority went to the IFP, we became number 2. Because the by-election was about the contestation of the wards. You have the emblem MK party, but the face is the person in your ward. And the result was different. The wards that we lost 2 weeks back, we won them now with the ANC. So people went to the and you don't have to blame it on anyone. People went to the elections with the T-shirts and the face of Ramaphosa as the president of the ANC, and then they went inside there and told electoral officers that we are voting for the ANC of Msholozi inside. And then they came out singing our songs, our regalia, our slogans. But they said, iyafana lento. But we vote for what we like. Tina standa ANC kamsholozi. So we know the truth now, what it means. So Jacob Zuma must steer the ship. It's going to be difficult for him to establish MK into a party. It's going to disintegrate because they're first going to fight over positions like they do now, and it's going to degenerate because they don't have an ideology, they don't have a program of action. Everything they speak, they verbose is ANC.
Does that mean that your door is still open to those who have defected?
They will come back. The ANC only rejected the incorrigible. They will come back, like they have done already now. Others have come back to the party. And that's what is going to happen. And good luck to Zuma and his party that it remains to be seen whether MK will become a formidable force in the body politic of South Africa. Because most of those people there have got, some of them, not good history, even in the ANC. And if you were to have any one of them to become the face and not Jacob Zuma, they wouldn't have garnered these numbers.
I suppose then what you're saying to me is that there's no reason to do a complete overhaul in KZN, to disband structures in KZN.
We don't have to disband structures in KZN because people who don't want to be in the ANC have left.
Okay.
And then there are very few sleepers who are still there in KwaZulu-Natal. But KZN, where it is now, is very clean. People who were destined to leave and were one way or the other affecting our party in terms of its growth negatively have left with JZ. And others have been dismissed in terms of disciplinary action and all of that. We are a party in which I can say we're very clean now, and there's no need to be sniffer dogs and run a negative campaign against others, disbanding structures and all of that. All hands on deck. No more mistakes. An act of ill-discipline is punishable. We must be decisive, and we are going to be. So, to get the ANC back on track, we must accelerate the renewal. That's what is important. The NEC, it will meet, make reflections, and take a deep dive in terms of what happened. Out of that, we need to reorganize, which is what we're already thinking about, and adapt the ANC to the new conditions at the present moment.